Hey, what's up? This is PRP3 The Author. Now, some of you may know me as just an author. Some of you might know me as a blogger, a travel blogger, a vlogger now, a book reviewer. Some of you might just know me as that guy who talks about football and fantasy football on YouTube. But what a lot of people don't know is that I'm a military veteran. I served 4 honorable years in the United States Marine Corps. I'm a combat veteran. I fought in Iraq during the 2003 invasion. I fought from the border of Kuwait all the way to the city of Tikrit, 150 miles north of Baghdad, back down to Kuwait afterwards in 2003, early 2003. So having that military background that I have, it enables me to have a different take on things. Enables me to have a different view on things because I've seen the world. I've traveled. I've met people from different backgrounds, not not just overseas. Yeah, I met people who have been tortured, who have been victimized by the regime. I also met people with different backgrounds from the states. I've been in platoons with people who were from trust fund families, with people who were so impoverished. They were on every single government program you could think of. I was best friends with people who were from single parent households, who were from blended families. I I, I was friends with people with different religions, Muslims, Jews. I was friends with people who just had different political beliefs than I did, who different world views than I did. And being around a lot of people with different opinions and different views, it really broadened my horizon and expanded my bubble. I went from being this real single-minded person to having a more in-depth look and more researched opinion on issues, where I just don't look at something and offhand just say, nope, you're right, you're wrong, you're right, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're right. No, I actually look at issues and say, you know what, is this real? Is this important? Is this really as bad as you think it is? Or is it just something that is getting someone ratings and getting someone paid and they're having fun at our expense? That, like I said before, I have a military background. I fought in a war. I know how the enemy sees us. They don't make distinctions between a good American and bad American. There's no, oh, that American's all right, well, that one's not all right. No, to them, we're all Americans and we're all bad. We're the ones who make distinctions in between each other. They don't. Our enemy sees us all as one. Which is kind of ironic that they see us all as one when we have problems seeing eye to eye sometimes on a lot of topics. So I'm also a first generation American on my mother's side. My mother's from the Philippines, a third world country in Asia. And if you've been following the news about the Philippines, you will see that some of the problems that we believe we have in the States are not much of a comparison to what's going on over there. And, I'm not bashing the Philippines. I love the Philippines. It's my second home. I love going there. I love being there. But what I'm trying to say is that there's other things going on in our country, around the world, in different hemispheres, different continents. There's so much stuff going on. We need to actually realize what is important, what's not important, what really is a problem, what really aren't problems. What can we work together on? What we need to move on from and whatnot, because there's a lot of stuff going on outside of your bubble, and a lot of people do just live in bubbles. They have friends who only have one opinion. They only look at videos that have the same political outlook. It's like they say, it's an echo chamber. You start believing what you see, what someone's trying to get ratings and paid for, and you start telling your friends, they start believing it, and you start perpetuating these opinions that are heavily tailored and made just to enrich someone else. And don't think I'm like a communist. I like getting rich, but I don't like getting rich at other Americans' expenses, because I feel like we're all brothers and sisters. We go to the same schools. Our kids go to the same schools. We go to the same grocery stores. We drive on the same roads. We go to the same mall. We go to the same Walmart. we go to the same beach, we go to the same parks, we live together. We have to live together. So we should not be looking to see how we can make it harder for us to get along. We need to start looking at how we can make it easier for us to be together, because I don't believe that a lot what a lot of people say is really true, like it's not really that bad. You can go outside now as long as you're not by a college campus. Go outside, talk to people, and you realize that yeah, there's a lot of things going on in the news. There's a lot of things getting passed around on Facebook and other websites, but that's not really what's going on in your neighborhood, in your state, in your town. People are just people, they're just working, they're paying bills, hoping to get some time off soon, like hoping to go somewhere on the weekend, take their family places, or hoping to buy something cool. So a lot of topics I'm going to look at and talk about and try to hopefully I'm going to try to get people to look at them from a different perspective and have um, just different outcomes, because I feel like there's somewhat of a divide, and I want to bridge it. I want to bring us together. So I believe that my background as a veteran and as a first generation American and a combat vet, a Marine, and all that, yeah, I can put together some different views that you might expect me to think one way about issues and subjects. I want to think maybe about it the other way. Maybe not even either way. I might come at it from the middle ground. I might come at it from the outside looking in. So, just like and subscribe. So when I start putting these videos out, you're gonna be the first one to get them, and then hopefully I can help. I might not even need to change your mind. Like I don't technically feel the need to change anybody's mind. I just want to put my opinions out there, and hopefully people can look at them and help make decisions for themselves. Or if not, whatever. You don't have to care about anything I say, because I really don't care what about a lot of other people say until it starts affecting negatively how everyone lives. So like and subscribe, check out my other videos, and prepare to watch the ones I start posting about topics, because I do think military veterans can look at issues in a different way that other people might look at them. Or I might just even look at military and veteran issue topics and talk about them, something that affects military veterans, or just the military, or just veterans, because if you're active duty, you don't have the same problems that veterans have. So I'm going to be looking at all sorts of topics that veterans can look at and have different opinions on. Or I'm going to be looking at topics that affect veterans or affect people in the military. So yeah, I hope that you enjoy this journey with me.